And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Grand Finals. The Grand Finals here of the StarCraft Evolution League number 13. It has been an intense and a long broadcast here, going through the quarterfinals into semis into the Grand Finals as well. And we found ourselves with a bit of a surprise. Again, coming into this tournament, I was favoring two players. SHIN was one of them. Bjorn was the other. Bjorn was the other favorite players. I was looking forward to Bjorn versus SHIN in the finals, but threepoint said no. In an interesting series as well. If you recall, threepoint versus Bjorn was very aggressive from both players. Bjorn was going for a lot of all-ins. Threepoint also going for a lot of all-ins. they were just animals. They were just all-in each other the entire series. And in the end, threepoint, he was the more animalistic player who was able to come out on top, barely over Bjorn, and that led us here into now our finals. I do see Lake Chrono asking in the chat about what was first, the tournament or the show match. The show match was first. The tournament was only, this tournament was only a couple of days ago. The show match was longer than that. But again, in that show match, SHIN did take the series 4-2. It was a very intense show match, very intense, very dynamic. A lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins, 12 pools, 2-base muta play, rushing into lurkers as well, Ling Bane aggression. There was just a lot going on between the two of them. And now we're here for the rematch. And we'll see if history repeats itself, or we'll see if threepoint can cause another upset. Hey, he already took down Bjorn. True. Can he take down SHIN as well? We're here to find out. We're jumping into game one. Game one is going to be on Sylphid. Now, if you're out there, if you're looking at this, if you're like, oh, ZvZ mirror match, I would say this isn't really a mirror match. When it comes to StarCraft, oh fuck. We have some things to talk about. God damn it. Well, first things first, I was gonna say it isn't really a mirror matchup because Brood War Zerg versus SE2 Zerg is actually quite different. The units, the play style, I mean, it's just they're similar in name, but name only. Like they play so differently to each other. Same with all the mirror matchups. I think the closest mirror matchup is maybe TBT, like Terran, like Brood War Terran and SE2 Terran. I think they maybe share the most similarities, but outside of that, Brood War Protoss and SE2 Protoss are very different. Same with ZvZ as well. But once again, one of our players picked random, and spawning on the top side of Sylphid, we have our South Korean Zerg player. We have our Red Zerg representing Team Hyper 1. It is a threepoint. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, doing his best Dark impression. There he, oh look, he's got his portrait. In honor of Dark. For those who do not know, Dark, he was the best Zerg player in StarCraft Evolution, and Dark would also play random whenever he played Brood War. And there it is, playing Brood War as well, and landing on Protoss. It is a SHIN for Weibo Gaming. So here we go. As a reminder, SHIN did not pick Protoss, he landed on Protoss, and we have the Drone Scout. Yeah, the Drone Scout here attempted the gas steal, but the gas steal is denied, and now threepoint is aware of what he's up against. Behind this, Hatch first. Hatch pull into a delayed gas geyser out of threepoint. But again, SHIN, he did pick random. He did land on Protoss, but he's not playing random at every game. He's only playing random when he has to play Brood War. So only random when playing Brood War. Here we go. And I'll be honest, I haven't really seen much of SHIN's Protoss. I haven't seen much of it. Same with this Terran either. So we'll see what he's got. Show us what you got. Again, he's honoring Dark, man. He's honoring him. I appreciate it. Este papi. As we have our Overlord scouting across the map, of course, threepoint is aware of the location of SHIN. Is aware. Behind this Stargate opener, okay, based on location, of course, the Overlord will confirm. The Overlord does get eyes on the Stargate, is aware of the take a choice. We have seen a lot of attempted Stargate openers in today's broadcast, and we'll see where this leads. A Stargate opener should be Stargate into a scout to deny vision, to deny scouting, to move out across the map. Meanwhile, that is a 240 lair timing. Very early lair here by threepoint. Now, the plan with the Stargate may be to go scout into Skytoss, or it could be scout into Zell legs into ground toss instead. There are options here available to SHIN, but the problem is this fast lair, it looks like a way to punish. So a hyper aggression here. There it is, Roach Horns on the way, and this should lead into fast Roach speed. This 3-point is spreading creep. There's the initial unit, the initial scout. Let's hunt down the Overlord. And yep, scout into Fleet Beacon, into Sky Toss. This is the third player that we've seen do this. First it was Rebellion, second it was Mid VK, and now third it is SHIN. So scout into Fleet Beacon, into Sky Toss. We have the Forge on the way. I would imagine that is going to be just for cannons. Because, yep, second Stargate. Oh boy. Likewise, with the Forge, you can research shield upgrades, and that does benefit all your units, including Sky Toss units as well. That is going to be available. But SHIN is doubling down. Yeah, scout does own. Does own away. Behind this, we're going for a German taxi. I mean, this makes sense. A German taxi is designed to hard counter and to kill a Protoss player before they can actually embrace Sky Toss. So here we go. The Queens are walking across the map. The highway is set. Roaches are amassing. Scout does confirm the upgrades on the way. And it will soon be time to load up that taxi to send it across the map. Let's go. This is kind of like the classic response to Sky Toss. And there it is. There's the taxi. Has arrived. We're loading up. We're loading up. Got 3-point rushing across the map. And what is it to defend? There's going to be one shield battery, 2 cannons. So 1 shield battery, 2 cannons. We have 1 Dragoon. We have 1 carrier. We have 2 scouts. As time progresses, we're going to get more carriers. It's true. We now have a 2nd carrier. But it's still going to be a tough hold. It's still going to be a very tough hold here as the initial Roaches have arrived. They hit knock down the wall. And they will. Dragoon does go down. Ooh, are we second guessing ourselves? We're droning. Okay, looks like 3-point is not confident here. He does start to drone. He does back up. He takes gases as well, going for his own Hydrogen. And with that, SHIN, he holds. Okay, SHIN, he does hold on. Again, 3-point wasn't feeling too confident. Maybe he wasn't expecting that many carriers already, but now we have 3. 3 carriers have arrived. Roach is now moving in, but this is late. And with that, now we have 3-point in a rough position. 3-point, he dedicated, like, look at all these Roaches. He dedicated so much resources, so much time to these Roaches. And if we're not queuing to anything, then honestly, these Roaches could have been drones. They could have been workers. They could have been a faster third, faster droning, faster saturation. But alas, now is in a worse position for it. Yeah, the drop play has to pay off. Drop on the right. Does make his way over. Likewise, continued Sky Toss. We have the carrier capacity upgrade on the way. +1 air attack. More carriers building up. Roaches are welding in. They hit the 3rd. Nice. Some of the stack defense. And we'll see how we respond. Now, interesting. If you notice, when it comes to a lot of these Sky Toss rushes that we've seen today, there's no storm. Like, there's no ground support. Now, we have seen Corsair carrier do quite well for itself against, you know, these ground-based compositions. But specifically, we have infestors on the way. And this is where I have to wonder, is my Microbial Shroud going to be ideal here? I think it will be. Like, if there's no storm to worry about, then you can Microbial Shroud, like, where you need to, where you want to. You can dive, of course, in with your Hydras. You can focus down the carriers as well. Yeah, we'll see what else he can get done. Here, rushing on past those cannons. Walking into the main, there is a full wall off though. It's a full wall. And with that, Jordan's going to be going down. The skeletal workers here at the natural. As we just see Shin just trying to, threepoint just trying to trade up as best he can, getting 13 drones. I mean, hey, that's something. 13 drones. It's not nothing. With that, now you have Neural on the way, so Neural's being researched. West getting to Bar. And Shin so far looking secure. Looking fine. I mean, there's no incentive. The reality is that there's no incentive for Shin to push. Like, he shouldn't push. He should just... The correct thing to do here for Shin, to my dismay, is you just turtle. You just turtle up with cannon, shield barriers, you slowly get your third, and then you slowly get your fourth base, and then by the time your fourth base is saturated, then Shin should be maxed. Before we can talk about getting a third, though, we do see that the initial Hydra army, or threepoint moving out, looking to get in position to delay any kind of expansion. Oh, catching at the scout, not bad. Scout does fall. Carrier's moving in. Now, the best answer here for the mass carrier from the side of our Zerg player is going to be mass neural, like mass neural here, and potentially, of course, a Microbial Shroud as well. Ooh, as Shin is denied the expansion. He's denied a base. Meanwhile, Storm is almost halfway done, or more than halfway done. High Templar building up. We see the attempted new expansion. Hydras, they respond. Respond, they'll knock it down. Atomical Roach is getting in position. Calming down, we're settling in. Hive is now on the way. That does give access to Vipers. Meanwhile, how many carriers do we have? 9. Soon to be 10. It's a lot of carrier. Alas, is gas start here, burning through a lot of that gas. It's from here. Okay, that fourth base is being taken. Here come the infestors, here come the attempted neural. There's a Microbial Shroud, nice Storm. Storm does zone away. You got Storms already. The Storm and the Hydras as well. Oh, gee, oh god, the Storms are brutal. And I don't think he was quite expecting Storm with this. Thankfully, no more Storms. Okay. No more Storms. Has to pull away. Hydras, they lunge forward. And without Storms, there's no defending. Yeah, there's no defending against this. Shin, he needs those Storms. Has to pull away. Got the Ultra Cavern here from Shin. Like, guys, tells us him to push forward. attempt. But once again, SHIN moving in. This time he's got the storms. And nice one with the hydras. I would say at this point we should be seeing a Spire from our Zerg player. Is going into Ultra production. Interesting. Going into Ultras, there is no Spire. He's still committed here to Mass Hydra. Does land a Fungal. And here come the Storms. Oh my god. Yeah, Storm behind the army this time. Does get more value. Does get more damage. Unfortunately, there's no lurkers here. It's pure Hydra. The reason why I say lurkers would be zoning away the high tempo to stop them from being so aggressive, but that's not the case. Oh, Hydras, they don't quite get the High Templar. Get it. Ooh, Ultras are trapped. They have to kill the Roach Warren. These Ultras do break out. Have the Dark Archon on the way. Maelstrom should be yeah, Maelstrom was researched. Maelstrom can be a big part of this as well, for sure. So he's got Maelstrom, he's got Storm. Nice Fungal. Likewise, there's the first Maelstrom. The Storm combo. Oh my god, catching everything! Yeah, the Maelstrom and the Storm. The Ultras break through, but the carriers will overwhelm. We do get some decent neurals here, but they just targeted down. They just targeted down, even through the Microbial Shroud. And SHIN has done it. SHIN has done it. This is game 1, by the way. We had a random from SHIN landing on Protoss. And Pappy, he knows how to Protoss. Mass Sky, toss Pappy, let's go. Okay, for this is curious, the Archon is a spellcaster. The Dark Archon, I should say, is a spellcaster in Brood War. Maelstrom is a big AoE stun, so we saw it's almost like a fungal powerbomb combo on an air army in a StarCraft 2. But instead here it's like the Maelstrom Storm combo on a ground army instead. I mean, on any kind of army really, just as long as it's biological. So he stunned the Hydras, he locked them in place, and then bam, went for the Storm. And with that, at last, the spellcaster went down as well. 3-point down to a handful of... I mean, the Ultra count is quite high. It's got 9 Ultras. It's a lot of Ultras. I believe Mind Control has not been researched, so there's no Mind Control yet. From the side of our Protoss player. But SHIN is researching Mind Control. He's almost there. And then he can start to Mind Control the Ultras. Moving in. Ultras, they try to class forward. Alas, they still need a little bit more time. One Dark Archon goes down. He gets one. Hydras, they coming from behind with the storms. No storms! That 3-point. He always won this off. He's won this off. He gets one carrier. The others, they caught out. Yeah, they caught out the open. 1, 2, 3, 4 carriers going down. Very nice catch. And again, SHIN, he pushed out without his mind control. There it is. Now it's done. Now he has it. Ooh, does he use it? Yeah, where are the mind controls here? Does pull back, does pull away. Yeah, he has to retreat. Yeah, the Archons are cornered. Archons are pinned. Yeah, they're going down. They're going down one after the other. He does land one of the Maelstroms. But 3 points. Wow. SHIN, he had won this game, but he overextended. And the problem is that he pushed out without spellcasters. Like, he had a bunch of Dark Archons, but he didn't have his upgrades ready. And with that 3 points, he will snowball into a win. The comeback is real. Takes out the 4th base. Killed so many carriers. And SHIN, he's down to 5. Sorry, down to 7. 7 carriers. He lost 5 in that earlier fight. Here, 4 carriers. He lost the Dark Archons. I believe that's 7 Dark Archons going down. Templar. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, and again, Shin, he just pushed out without his upgrade. Pushed out without mind control. That was on Shin. That was his mistake. He got too excited. Now, is there a world where Shin can once again recover and have a crazy comeback? There is a world where that can happen, especially because of the mass Hydra composition. If we can pop up with the storms, then it is possible. But it's not just about claiming the fight. The problem here is the economy. Alright, there are all these bases mining here for 3-point. Oh, let's go. But we go Shin pushing forward. There are the storms. Nice storms on the Hydra. Oh my god, the storms are brutal. Storms are brutal. Ultras are coming from behind. We have Hydras coming in from behind as well. Do we have another storm? We do. Yeah, another storm does land. High Templar, they're rallying in. Ooh, High Templar go down. But the storms are good enough. And Shin, he will win this fight. He will take this fight. He doesn't chase the Ultras. Always rallying into the Ultras as well. Carries pushing in, catching up more Hydras. Again, the Hydras are struggling. This mineral line will go down. And we're going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. Carriers, they get a base. They get a mineral line. At the same time, Ultras have to do the same. They have to do the same. They're moving in. Now, as a reminder, Hero, he can always recall. He can always recall back home. He wants these bases before the recall. And likewise, are we holding on to any storms? There are some Dark Templar. Interesting. Let's go for another expansion. Here we go for another base. Meanwhile, Ultras, they break through into the natural. Mass DT has arrived. Gets one. Gets two Ultras. Gets three. Okay, nice pickoffs. Carriers, they turn back around. Overseers, they rally over. You rally. Forcing back Shin. He does drag the army into cannons. Okay. Carriers pushing forward. Now he has to be careful not to be neuraled. Does target 1, 2, he gets... Ooh, all 3! Yeah, it takes out all 3. Does cost him 1 carrier. But a very nice catch. Very nice catch here from Shin. Catching out the Ultras. DTs are moving forward. Carrier DT. 0 Overseers. No shot. 0 Overseers. Remember, this is SC2 Zerg. He needs Overseers for detection. Or spores at least. But there's 0 detection. There we go. 2 Overseers morphing in. Oh my god. Look at that burst damage. Jesus. Bam. He 3-shots the expansion. It's crazy. Overseers go down. Does what? 3 Overseers falling. He does push forward. Does have the Dark Archon. Massive Maelstrom. Oh my god. Yeah, Maelstrom goes off. Diving on the army. 1 carrier goes down, but he sniped the Overseer, and here come the DTs. No shot. The Dark Templar, they pop off. 0 detection. And wow, the comeback, and then the comeback. The reversal. GG gets called, and Shin, he will overwhelm, and Shin, he will take game number 1. Whew, oh my god. GG, well played. What a roller coaster ride of emotions, as initially we did have a 3-point. He was in a rough position. 3-point, he failed with the initial all-in. He failed with the German taxi, and Shin took a lead. And from there, Shin, he was looking dominant until he took a really rough fight. If you remember, Shin, he did overextend. He pushed out before he finished researching mind control, without any High Templar as well. He got surrounded. He lost almost everything. He plummeted in supply. And that was 3-point's game then and there. 3-point was pushing forward, he was taking down bases, and in the end, we saw that Shin barely held, barely survived, went for a counterattack, went for a base trade, and in the middle of that base trade was able to warp in those Dark Templar, and we saw that detection was limited there for 3-point, was very limited. In the end, Shin with a crazy comeback. GG, well played. Whew, Shin takes a lead. And as I said, Lindsay, a big shout to Vindicta Miguelito. God, thank you so much, sir. I was just engrossed in that last game, or in the first game even of the series. But thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream, had a great time. I know it's quite early in the Americas, so I hope you're okay, and hope the day will go well for you. Thank you so much, Miguelito. Miguelito. Much love, much love. Here we go. Here we go. Maelstrom is a CC and Ultras are immune to all forms of CC. Yes. Ultras, they have what is the tag? It's like a unbreakable tag or something. But yes, they cannot be crowd controlled. Whew, oh my god. GG. I guess mind control wouldn't work on the Ultras either. I believe so. That's it. Frenzied ability. Yeah. Frenzied. That's the tag that they have. But yes. I believe Shin was trying to mind control the Ultras, but he couldn't. I think he was attempting to. And then he realized that he couldn't quite pull that off. So the Dark Archons were quite limited in what they could accomplish when it came to supporting the army. Oh my god. And yeah, GG, well played. With that, we're now going to be getting into game number 2. Shin takes a lead in the series, crazy lead. And now we're loading into Pylon. Oh boy. Here we go. And Shin once again is rolling the dice and playing random. As a reminder, it is loser's pick, so 3-point will take the loss in the first game, and he decides to commit to StarCraft 2 Zerg once again. Here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Pylon. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. The SC2 Zerg player for Team Hyper 1. It is a 3-point. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the random Zerg player rolling and landing on Zerg this time. It is Shin. Immune to Maelstrom seems tough. I mean, Shin pulled it off. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. He broke through the Ultras. He broke through all the Hydras. Again, a very, very intense comeback there from Shin. Again, just play Protoss. Crazy. To be fair, we saw his Terran earlier, and I look forward to seeing potentially Shin's Terran here as well. Throughout the course of this series, I hope that he's able to showcase all 3 races, Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. I'd hope to see all of it. For now, hatch gas pool, standard opening. And of course, 3-point is unaware. 3-point, I don't think he may have seen the first Overlord actually. I did miss that, but he may have seen the first Overlord with his own. I mean, they spot each other now. And so far we have mirrored builds. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. No one's going for a 12 pull. I mean, we are on Pylon. Aggression is favorite here. When it comes to Shin's Brood War Zerg, we did feature him in a best of 7 earlier, and Shin, he is quite fond of going into Muta play, so we'll see if he does go into 2-base Muta. He could have that kind of setup here. We'll see. We shall see. The ending combination was really cool. The Maelstrom to freeze, let the carriers go in and kill the Overseers, and let the DZs come in and clean up. For sure. Like, there were a couple of combination moves like that we saw. Meanwhile, we are skipping link speed. So we're skipping link speed, gases are being taken, and the lair is on the way. So Shin, it looks like he is indeed rushing into 2-base Muta. That is what this perceives to be the case. But yeah, we saw some of those combinations earlier where Shin, he would jump in, he'd Maelstrom, and then storm everything, right? He'd stun the army, and then mass storm as well. That was in the first fight. The second fight, the second big fight, as you mentioned, was him stunning the army, focusing down the Overseer, and then coming in with the DTs. But here we go. The lair is soon to complete. Now, bearing in mind, because there's no anti-air, because there's no queens, a interesting dynamic in this matchup here is that the SC2 Zerg gets free vision of everything. Because the Overlord can just chill. The Overlord can just chill here. Going for drop lore. Okay. Still 2 base meter. So as we assumed, it's still going to be 2 base meter. Overlord speed here. This is just for scouting. If you recall, we saw this morning as well. This morning we casted a best of 7 between SHIN and threepoint. Best of 7 ZvZ, where SHIN was playing Zerg and not random. And he was doing this very same build. He went into 2 base meter, but he went for Overlord speed just to confirm what his opponent's up to as well. But there we go. We have our wall of sunken colonies. Spire is halfway done. Back at home, we do have, again, standard opener here. No faster lair. It's going to be Ling Bane, and we're going for a Ling Bane all in. Oh. Wait a minute. I've seen this before. Yeah. Hold on. Am I... Hold on. Did I end up in the wrong place? We've seen this before. This Bane Blast is gonna fail. He's gonna go in. No, this is different. There's a secondary wall. Banelings, they break through the first. Jesus. Oh my. Okay, we'll talk about this later. As Banelings, they try to crash in, but the spine falls. The forest here deals with everything. Oh my god. 1, 2 of them go down. Only 2, but we do find a way into the main. Okay, Lings, they bust into the main. But yeah, okay. We'll talk about it after the game. Mutas have right. There's one bailing, and it looks like it's gonna be denied. Lings, they don't get into the mineral line. But yo, crazy deja vu. Almost a repeat of what happened this morning. Almost. There were some differences. As the Lings, they cleaned up, and SHIN, he will shut this down. He will shut this down with snowball out of control. Now, if you remember, GG gets called. GG gets called. SHIN, he will take the game. Okay. My mind was just blown. If you were here this morning for the best of 7, SHIN, he went 2 base muta just like this. He went into Overlord speed, like we mentioned, to scout across the map. When he scouted, he saw the Bailey Nest. The Bailey Nest, I should say, SHIN went 2 base muta. He went for the Overlord speed. He went into muta play. Threepoint responded, and it was the same map, pylon, same spawn locations. And Threepoint, he responded with a Bailey Nest into a Ling Bane all in, just like what we just saw. And across the map, we had the same setup, except if I remember correctly, there was only 1 Evo chamber, so it was an easier break into the base because there was only 1 Evo chamber here instead of 2. Here we had a double layered wall, but initially it was only 1 layer this morning, and here we had, was it 5 or 6 sunken colonies? This morning it was 3. It was 3 and then another 3 on the way. And what triggered me was if you look at the chat log, Threepoint laughed. He laughed last time as well. The laugh was actually due to the scouts because the overseer, sorry, the overlord saw the Bailey Nest, and then SHIN responded with a wall of spine crawlers, sorry, with a wall of sunken colonies. Same thing happened last time where he scouted, he responded, and then Threepoint responded by laughing. That's why I was like, hold on, I've seen this game before, but there were some differences here. Like there was some. This was a stronger defense, I will say. I think last time this morning when Threepoint went for the all in, he killed I think he killed 4 drones, not 2. So he killed 4 drones, but last time there was only a single layered wall as well. Crazy. it was on pylon as well. It's crazy. GG. GG SHIN, he will take a lead. He will extend his lead here in the series. The Matrix is breaking. It is. But there were some slight differences, but it was very similar game. Like scarily similar. I was like, hold on, something's wrong. But GG well played. SHIN will take a 2-0 lead. And with that, we're now getting ready for game number 3. Oh boy, and it has been a bit of a rough one here for 3point. Again, 3point, he was unable to deny the 2-base muta. He committed to an all-in. The all-in did fail. And now we're loading into Maganatha for game number 3. Maganatha being the largest map in the map pool. Let's go. Let us go. But like it was like I was Neo, where I saw the opener, I saw the start of the game, and I was like, I see exactly where this is leading. Like I was like, I see the code. I see that. Oh my god, it's happening again. But here we go. We're getting into game number 3 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha. We have our South Korean Zerg player. We have our red Zerg representing Hyper 1. Down heavily in the series. He has to fight back here now to have a chance to become our champion. The SC2 Zerg player, it is a 3-point. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the random Protoss player. I mean, we have a random Brutal player rolling and landing on Protoss once again from South Korea, representing Weibo Gaming. It is SHIN. We go. So he's going to be featuring Protoss for the second time. And we'll be featuring that Protoss. And last time we did see a Stargate opener into Skytoss, into a rush into Mass Carrier. That was of course on Sylphid. Here, I want to say that that build and that kind of style is going to be favored on Maganatha as well. I say that, but I don't like the idea of doing this multiple times in the series, especially consecutively as well. So on the one hand, I feel like this map is going to favor being greedy and favor defensive play, and would favor Stargate play as well. I mean, hey, we saw it from Rebellion. Rebellion, he also went for the same build on this map, on Maganatha. But at the same time, I feel like this time, if we see that kind of opener, then SHIN would just commit, 3-point would just commit into an all-in, and would probably be a little bit more confident and more committed, and would break you, at least in my mind. So I do think it would be risky to go for another Stargate opener, but I don't know how well versed SHIN is. Like, I don't know how much Protoss he plays. I don't know if he has other builds. That's something to bear in mind, is that when someone's off racing, when someone's playing another race like this, like typically they're quite limited in how they can play certain matchups. They don't have as much diversity typically as they do with their main race. There it is, yeah, Stargate. So another Stargate opener. I am concerned it's going to be Stargates into Fleet Beacon, into second Stargates, into Skytoss. That would tell me that SHIN might just have the one build up his sleeve. But we'll see, we'll see. So far, Stargate opener. Should be for the scouts. Now hatch gas pool into the later third. SHIN, he does find the Overlord. Okay, does deny the scouts. Scout is going to be denied. We have 10 Lings in production. An extra pair of Lings on the way. 22 drones. 2 more Lings. We're going for a Link Flood. Yeah, we're going for a Link Flood. We're going for a Link Flood. Wow, but there's a shield battery there. There's a shield battery back at home. Shield battery is set. Dragoon does turn back around. And 3-point's all in. 3-point is all in. He has not drawn in quite some time. It's pure Ling and nothing but Ling. There we go. 16 more Lings in production. Behind this, it's going to be Stargate into a Citadel of Adun, into charge. Okay, he's not rushing into Skytoss, but can he survive this? What does he have to defend? He's going to have 2 gates. He's going to have a 2-gate setup. He will have the Scouts. The Scout is not known for its anti-ground damage. And there we go. The Lings are revealed. They're going for the Gateway. Gateway's under fire. SHIN, he now makes a couple of Zealots. More Lings are on the way. Secondary wall behind this. Again, trying to hold on. The Gateway will fall. Yeah, Dragoon has to fall back. Nice SimCity. Very nice movement, but the Cybercore likewise exposed as well. And yeah, we need those Zealots. More shield barriers behind this as well. And again, it's just 2 units. Just 1 Dragoon, just 1 Scout. And the walls are breaking. The walls are breaking. We do get a full surround here on the Dragoon. Second Scout has arrived. We're running out of Lings though. We are running out. Dragoon held for so long. Does finally fall. And we have more shield batteries. More shield batteries. Zealot. Oh my god. Yeah, not able to get here in time. Lings, they flood in. They get us around. And he busts into the main. He busts into the main base. Probes have to get the hell out of here. They do pull away. Yeah, probes are falling. That's going to be a lot of worker damage. Likewise, SHIN, he needs more zealots. We need more of anything. Yeah, Zealot gets surrounded. Stargate's going to be depowered. And I think we barely do get, there we go, a third scout. We have 3 scouts, but there's still more links coming in. And the main base, I feel like, is going to fall. Like, the scouts, they just tickle Zerglings. Like, the rate of fire is just not high enough. Yeah, the base is going to fall. The probes are pulled to try to save it, but they can't. Yeah, they can't save it. They cannot save it. It's not going to happen. And that's going to be game. That's going to be game. We have a series. We have a series. We have it back and forth. The all-in does snowball. And again, SHIN, he was just, again, a little bit chaotic when it came to defense. A little bit haphazard. Lack of extra zealots, lack of extra units. I mean, the zealots stuck on the other side of the wall. And behind this, 3-point is on 41 turns. Yeah, GG gets called, and 3-point, he will take a game. He will make a series out of this. He will begin the comeback. GG. Whew. GG, well played. As a 3-point, he will fight back. Does commit to the all-in, and this is where 3-point's at his strongest, right? Like, this is where 3-point he can do it his best, is when it comes to these all-ins. That's where he thrives. And again, as we saw, like, scouts, they're not quite like an Oracle opener or a Void Ray opener. Like in SC2, the Void Ray and the Oracle, they are a lot more built for defense, for that kind of early game defense and early game survival. The rate of fire of the scout is just so very low. Like they struggle to defend against these all-ins. They're better than they once were. They did get buffed at the start of the year, so they're a little bit better than what they once were. But yeah, you can't just rely on the scout, unfortunately. Not against a Ling all-in, not like that. And with that, GG well played. With that, 3-point does put a point on the board, and now we are getting into our next game. Going to be loading into Vermeer, to a 4-player spawn map. Do you think 3-point laughed like we've been here before? Well, he laughed. He laughed the first time is the thing. Like he laughed both times. But the laugh was to the scouts, to the overlord speed. But here we go. Ooh, 12 pull. As we're getting into game number 4 and spawning in the top right hand corner of Vermeer, we have our red Zerg player. He's doing what he does best. He's going all in. The Brood War Zerg going for the 12 pull. Representing Team Hyper 1, it is 3-point. As he wants those 3 points, and spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, or the blue Zerg player himself. Whew. Representing Team Weibo Gaming, WBG, this time picking StarCraft 2 Zerg in our ZvZ. Not random this time, it is SHIN. These hands against it, right? I do believe that a forged defense would be stronger, just because we've spoken about this before, right? But your production is very limited, right? Your production is very limited that early on to actually spend your money. So getting a forge and getting cannons up and running is just a good way to just have some kind of support for your gateway army. But it all comes down to scouting, right? It all comes down to realizing what's happening. SHIN didn't know what was happening until it was in his face, right? Until it was like knocking down his front door. He didn't get across the map. He didn't see what was going on. He was playing blind. But I will also say that it is more difficult to, as we're going for the Spine Rush, the Sunken Connie, I will say that it is more difficult for Brood War Protoss to scout, just because for SE2, you have the Oracle, you have the Adept Shade, and you have the Hallucination Scout as well. Like, it is a lot easier for StarCraft 2 Protoss players to confirm an all-in. It's much more difficult for Brood War Protosses. But we're coming in for the Sunken Connie. So it's going to be a 12 pool Ling Flood with some drones for the Sunken Conies. If they do finish up with the natural, that can be game, especially if SHIN fights for the natural as well. So here we go. Here come the Conies. Here comes the Spine Rush. There we go. It's going to be 2 Conies here on the low ground. SHIN, he pulls every single boy. Oh boy, he's going to commit. He's going to commit here. It's all or nothing. These finish so quickly though. Yeah, they finish so quickly, and I don't think you can stop them. Oh, yeah, the Lings will overwhelm. This is not the response. 11 drones go down, and that might just be game. Because SHIN, he fought here to save his base, and he fails to save it. So he lost 11 drones for nothing. Lost 11 drones. He failed to save the expansion. The base will go down. And with that, 3-point takes a lead. 3-point takes a lead, takes a massive lead, massive advantage. Oh no, the queen! The queen gets surrounded, and that should be game. GG gets called, that's going to be game, and 3-point ties us up 2-2. We are going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played again. Fun fact, deja vu, this also happened at a best of 7. I want to say that one of the 2 games at 3.1 was with a 12 pool sunken colony rush. And again, the difference between sunken colonies is they finish so quickly. They finish so quickly. And unfortunately, SHIN did decide to commit to saving the natural. And yo, you can't. I don't think... I could be mistaken, but I don't think you can save the natural in that kind of game state. So he committed to it. He lost everything trying to save it, and with that, he was punished for it. I was GG. I was GG then and there. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 5, all the way to the final game of the series. Let's go. We've made it. Made the distance to the ace match. We're going in. We're loading into Purity and Industry. And again, I appreciate that for the past 2 games, 3-point. Again, he's fallen back on what he's best at here. Just all in, back. That's how we do. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Purity and Industry, he's made his way all the way to the ace match. Can he get that 3rd point? It's the man himself. South Korean Zerg player by Team Hyper 1. It is a 3-point. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, himself, representing Weibo Gaming, the SC2 Zerg. It is SHIN. And again, because 3-point has been picking Brood War Zerg, SHIN, he is also picking SC2 Zerg. If SHIN lands on Brood War, then that's when he plays random. So we are getting to our ZvZ. And it is going to be a pool first opener out of SHIN, but the mind games because 3-point does open up hatch first instead. See the chats. In ZvZ, you have to open up pool first due to the threat of this build. I see. I mean, as we're seeing here, pool first out of SHIN. So a very safe play. This is not gas first, so this is not aggressive. Like, this is not an aggressive build. This is a safe build. Meanwhile, we do see 3-point. Yo, we're going double hatch. Yeah, double hatch before gas, before pool. Insane greed out of 3-point. So we go from the extremes. 12 pool sunken rushing game in the previous game. Here, double hatch before pool. We go. Now, SHIN, because of the pool first, he will have earlier links, so he has 6 links moving out. Bearing in mind this is not an all-in, he can apply pressure, and the goal here, the ideal would be to get a couple of drone kills. If he can get like 2 drone kills, then he can make up for this. This is most likely going to end up with 2 base roach. Typically, early spawning pools like this lead into, I say 2 base roach, 2 base play. The reasoning for this is because of how late your gases are. Really late link speed, really late gases, so typically you just skip link speed entirely. But we'll see how SHIN does approach this. Bearing in mind that his opponent is also playing gasless. Right, also gasless here. So hatchery into a spawning pool. Ooh, gas is actually hidden here at the natural. Okay. Gas at the natural. Lings are spotted. The boys, they evacuate. Again, the drones, if they were here on the low ground, they'd just be killed. You can also see here that the spawning pool's not even done. So zero Zerglings. Oh, sniping the gas geyser. I like this decision. Okay. Finding some damage. Link production has begun, but the extractor should go down. And that will delay the gas income here of the Zerg of 3-point. Oh, wants a drone. Does want a worker. Doesn't get it. But it does force, yeah, he does force 2 gases to be taken to catch up. Okay, so nice. So essentially, he did kill a drone. He did kill a drone. Technically, he killed 2 because they have to morph into extra gas geysers. Lings do go down. SHIN, he checks for the 3rd. He does find the drone, and can he force a cancel? I think he can. Queen's Elephant back at home. And there's a cancellation, massive pick off, and we spoke about it. Remember, because the gases are so late, typically you skip link speed, and SHIN is skipping link speed. He's going to 2 base lair. Looks like 2 base muta. I say it looks like 2 base muta. This could still be 2 base roach with the roach warren into roach speed. That could still be the case. But two base muta is very common after like a delayed gas geyser. And I should say the same here from our red Zerg player as well. Yeah, taking all 4 gases, going into what should be a lair, into potentially muta play as well. So again, threepoint taking all of his gases. Does expand here towards the left-hand side. There is the fast lair. Now this is going to be a little bit awkward here, as Shin does have the faster lair compared to his opponents, so Shin should have the faster spire, assuming we go into muta play. Assuming. +1 range tells us most likely going to be roaches, not mutas. Meanwhile, I mean, Shin, he sees the lair. Does see the lair timing. Remember, he has the Overlord parked over the base. Remember that there's no queen, so there's no anti-air, so the Overlord is able to get free scouting. Free scouting information. +1 melee tells us mutas. So it is mutas, of course, from our red Zerg. And we can see roaches out of our blue Zerg. And because Shin can see the lair, he can respond with a Nidus all in. He can go for a roach queen Nidus all in, or just a roach queen walk across the map. And he can try to kill threepoint before the mute attack. Yep, roaches are building. Right now we're on full 2-base saturation, and we're amassing roaches. Lings, they come in for the surround, clutch transfuse. Ooh, still kills the queen though. Queen still falls. 3rd base being taken, there's that spire for threepoint. Meanwhile, Shin is still waiting for his upgrades. He shouldn't be pushing yet, he's waiting for roach speed. Once roach speed kicks in with +1, then he sends it. Right now we need a wall spines. We need a wall spine crawlers here at the natural. So far, he's only got 2 spine crawlers, or 2 sunken colonies. Threepoint, he is in danger. Like, this is a lot of roaches. And soon it's going to be go time. Now you can see Shin getting a safety Hydrogen. This tells us that he doesn't have too much faith, or he's second guessing himself that he can break his opponents. But here he comes. Here comes the Roach Army. These Zerglings, ideally they go for a counterattack, and they maybe get on top of the 3rd, or maybe go for a run by into the natural. Well, I guess they can make a stand here. Here we go. We have a wall of spines on the way. The colonies are coming. That's a lot of Zerglings. And we just run past. we just run past. And again, there's only 1 colony here at the natural. He does wedge himself here in between the buildings. Lings are going down. And he should break through that spine. Yeah, the colony will fall, and there was only 1 colony here. We spoke about it. There were 3 at the 3rd. He just ignores it. He ignores the 3rd base, gets into the mineral line. Drone's going to be going down. Busting into the main. Going for the spire. Why not? Yeah, spire is targeted. And behind this, Hydras. Behind this, Hydras are amassing. Spire goes down. Now, he doesn't actually get too many... Oh, he's not done. I was going to say he doesn't really get too many drone kills, but the roaches, they do move back in. Still not killing many workers, though. Only 6. Like, threepoint, he did pull back quite well. He does save his mineral lines, going back into the spire. I feel like this roach push, this roach, quote-unquote, all-in, needs to do a little bit more damage. Does slow down threepoint, but doesn't stop it. Now, as we settle in, Shin does have the higher drone count, so he's slightly ahead in workers, slightly ahead in economy. We have Burrow and Tunneling Claws on the way. Now, it's difficult to get away with this kind of aggression, just because, of course, Overlords are detectors, right? Unlike in SE2, where you have to rely on Overseers and Spores, Overlords are detectors instead. So detection is more freely available, as there are Overlords in every single base. So I'm not too fond of the idea of tunneling claw roaches, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Queen's Nest is on the way. From here we can start to tech up. If we go into a longer game, we can go into a Hive, and then we can go into Guardians. If we go into the late game. That's a big if, though. I'm not too fond of this move out. The Hydras, there aren't even that many of them. And against Ling Muta, the Hydras will not win that fight. Yeah, she has to get out of here. I don't know what we're doing out here. Este SHIN. Get out of here, fam. Race back home. That was dangerous. You know, as we mentioned, we're hunting down the tunneling claw roaches. They didn't get much done. Now from here, SHIN can go from Hydra into Hydra Lurker Viper, or as we're seeing, this is actually going to be an earlier move out. He's choosing not to go for the Hive, he's taking up into Infestors first. So Hydra Infestor, which is more of like a mid-tier answer to Mutas. It's not as potent as Viper play, but it's faster, right? It's faster. Lings their foot in. The door's open. Door's wide open. Lings their foot into the natural, into the main. SHIN out of position. He's racing on over. They are the Infestors. Oh my god, does burrow. Does burrow in time. Clutch moves. Oh, but the Lings do so much here. Despite having all these spores, another Infestor. Doesn't want to waste the fungal. And doesn't want to waste it. Nice burrow play. But did lose his queens. He lost both queens in the natural and in the main base. Brutal losses. There's that Greater Spire. We did mention Hive into Greater Spire into Guardians. 3-point is almost there. He's almost at Guardian tech. Now, how do you deal with Guardians? Vipers. Hydra Lurker Viper actually can hold its own against Guardians. Ling run by, does distract. SHIN does not turn around. Ooh, these things have potential. Yeah, boys are being pulled. That's going to be a tough hold. At the same time, he commits in. The Sunken Colonies are not ready. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're not ready. Nice Microbial Shroud. Colonies start falling. And just before the Greater Spire, just before the Guardians, nice Fungal as well. Yeah, nice Fungal, nice Microbial Shroud. And SHIN has done it. SHIN, he has done it. He breaks on through. Again, the Microbial Shroud coming in clutch. Does come in clutch here. And again, sure, we have a Greater Spire, but it's too late. It's too late for the Greater Spire. I say that. Here we go. 11 Guardians on the way. But the army's already pushing in. Oh. Do you have those Sunken Colonies finishing up? Yeah, it's too late, though. It's too late. He bustled through, gets under the Guardians. And the Guardians of the Night. GG gets called. We don't get to see them. And SHIN will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's StarCraft Evolution League champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played with that. SHIN, he will claim the series, he will take it. Again, a very intense back and forth final game. No all in this time, well, kind of. I mean, right, it was I would say very tense, just very tense. We saw two base play out of both players. We saw the Muta play out of one. We saw the two base Roach play out of the other. The Roaches, they didn't really kill too many workers. We saw that 3-point was able to sustain himself, able to get into his Mutas, able to gain map control. But we saw that he wasn't really scaling too well into a longer game against the Hydra Roach Infestor army. He was trying to rush into those Guardians, but alas, he was still a little bit too late. He barely didn't get there, especially on period in industry. I feel like the rush distance by ground is very short, especially from third to third, right? From third base to third base, very short rush distance by ground. Aggression doesn't take too long at all to move from one side to the other, and he was caught out. He was caught out trying to take up. GG. GG, well played. Whew, oh my god. And with that SHIN, he will be our champion. Congratulations to SHIN. Again, SHIN came in as the favorite player, but a shout out to 3-point for being able to make a series out of this. GG, well played. Oh, I feel like Ensnare, Ling, Muta is a tried and true composition in this matchup. Kind of. Like, I have seen Guardians work. I recommend watching Dark versus SHIN. Dark versus SHIN during StarCraft Evolution League, the championship. It was amazing. That was like peak StarCraft Evolution ZvZ. Dark versus SHIN. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. But yeah, for sure, like, I feel like, obviously, Queen Tech is earlier. It's one of those things where, I guess similar to what we just saw, right? I was talking about how Hydra Lurker Viper is the ideal late game, but going into Infestors is like a good kind of like stopgap measure, like a good way to end the game a little bit earlier instead of taking up further. Similar here, right? Where like the ideal late game would be getting into Queen Guardian, but getting there is difficult, so a lot of players just rely on like Ling Muta Queen instead, like before that, right? instead of like skipping over that to rush into Guardians. But with that, GG. With that, GG. Well played. Whew. Hi. And congratulations to SHIN. And again, let's catch up on the rest of the bracket. Let's catch up on what else has been going on. Here we go. Again, we did just wrap up. We had so many matches here. Again, as a reminder, the semifinals were changed to become best of 5s instead of best of 3s. That was a recent change to the StarCraft Evolution League, so we had even more games than usual. This was almost a 6-hour cast. Jesus. Oh god, I'll be honest, because so historically whenever we do this StarCraft Evolution League via replays, historically we would do all the quarterfinals, semis, and then finals. But because of the recent change to turn the semis into best of 5s, I think I might change that moving forward. I think we might cast only a handful of quarterfinal matches, just because again this was a 6-hour cast. So it's a lot of games. It's a lot more games. So we might tone it down a little bit to accommodate. If we're gonna have more best of 5s, then we'll probably have less best of 3s this time. So I'm probably gonna do that moving forward. Like ideally, like a broadcast is around 4 hours, but this was like an extra 2, which makes sense, right? Because of the best of 5s, and I am very fatigued. Doesn't help that I haven't been getting much sleep, of course, because of all the casting, but yeah, I'm gonna go straight to bed after this. Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations to oh, I should actually fix up the graphic here. My apologies. Wrong way around. There we go. Congratulations to SHIN. SHIN, of course, did take the series 3-2 in the finals. He is going to be our champion. But shout out to threepoint because, hey, even though he went down in the finals, he fought hard to get there. Taking down Bjorn, as I mentioned before, like I was favoring Bjorn to face off against SHIN in the finals. That's what I was looking forward to. But in the end, threepoint was able to bring him down just barely in that best of 5. Very clutch, very close series between the two of them. And likewise, shout out to MinoVK for also making a series out of it as well. I was favoring Kiwian. I was favoring Kiwian over MinoVK, but MinoVK was able to pop off in the late game. Specifically, if you recall, their ace match was on Neo Isles of Siren. Neo Isles of Siren. It was an island map, and MinoVK popped off with Mascaitos, with just like pure carrier Corsair. And Kiwian had a really hard time dealing with it. I'll be honest, I'm personally not too aware of what would be the best solution to that kind of style, outside of keeping up the aggression. Like winding it back, for those of you that remember, it was Kiwian going for a mass drop play, and he killed a lot of probes. He killed a lot of workers, going for mass drop play. And then he slowed down and started building up Vikings and building up, you know, his anti-air army, and that allowed MinoVK to max out, to resaturate, to take more bases, and to snowball out of control. It's crazy. But regardless, GG, well played. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the evening, and we're going to be back in a couple of hours with our next broadcast. Bam, as you can see here. We have our next broadcast ready. It is going to be the Pigasaur Cup Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning is going to be the Pigasaur Cup. That's going to be at 9 AM KST. That's going to be at 10 AM AST. That is going to be in 8 hours. In 8 hours time, we're going to be live with some more StarCraft as always. Now, thankfully, tomorrow we only have one cast. Tomorrow we have half a day off. Usually we have 2 half days off, but this week we were called upon. Steadfast is going to be unavailable, so this week we are going to be covering the OSC King of the Hill. I think recently Steadfast has been covering that, but this week we will be stepping in. That's going to be on Friday. So only half a day off this week. Let's go. A lot of StarCraft. So tomorrow's Pigasaur Cup. Thursday is going to be the Last Time League in the morning. We have the Pondcast. We have Euthermal Super 2 Circuits on Friday. We have King of the Hill, of course. We have KSL, SDO, Cheeseadelphia over the weekend, and Sparkling Tuna Cup as well to end the week, as always. So again, plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. We'll be all over that. I'm going to go and get as much sleep as I can. I'll try my best to get as much sleep as I can and get ready for the cast for the Pigasaur Cup. See you then in 8 hours time. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you had a great time. Hope you did enjoy. Just catching up. Hyper is trying to kill you. True. Ay. Este Hyper one. But thank you so much. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And again, if you want to support the StarCraft Evolution, or the StarCraft Evolution, the mod, you can do so via Patreon, !SC Evo. There is a Patreon in the chat, or a link to the Patreon, to the team working behind the scenes. They do a lot of work behind the scenes on balancing the game, on adding graphics, on of course porting maps as well. They've put in a lot of time and effort and work and passion into StarCraft Evolution. They're also working on a campaign. They're working on basically porting over the Brood War campaign into StarCraft 2, using, you know, their models, their mod, using everything involved. So yeah, it's really cool to see them take the initiative, of course, and it's a big project. It's a big project. They've been working on it for years at this point. I think like 2 years, like around 2 years of development, and yeah, they've been putting in a lot of work. So if you want to support them, you can do so via Patreon. Patreon is there for Team Caprulu. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys in 8 hours time with the Pegasaur Cup. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next. Also, if you want to support us, socials in the chat. If you want to watch VODs, YouTube. That's our big plug. Is YouTube is the place to be for VOD content. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, and we have our own Patreon as well. Patreon in the chat. Our own Patreon is to also fund our tournaments like Sparkling Tunic Cup, Ducklings Open, and Masters Open as well. It's all done via Patreon. So if you want to help support the tournaments, if you want to support the scene, if you want to help support the players, then Patreon is the place to be. Otherwise, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.